diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Amber, I haven't even started sharing yet. You're already here. I'm going to tell you guys a neat story. Let me just do this. I'm going to share to 4 places. I'm not going to do a bunch of sharing today. I'm going to go to my regular places, do my regular thing. All right. Number 1. I'm glad Friday's over. It's almost like a relief. So, it came out pretty good. So last week, I got a message from Overcomers. There, Overcomers Counseling. That's where I go to counseling, and it seems that Medicaid has decided that I no longer qualify for mental health. It's a disruption. It happens every time this year, every time, and so I prepare for it. And I wasn't supposed to meet with my therapist today, but I did. See, Overcoming Counseling went out of their way and they just gave me a session. They just gave it to me while I'm figuring out who the fuck does that? I've never met, and you guys know I write scathing reports, but I also write very, very good. So I'm going to be doing something for them today. Because I needed to talk with my therapist today. Just because everything is going good, even when everything's going really, really well, I need my therapist more. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, let's get into some introductions. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. Today we're going to talk about let's keep it simple. There's something else I want to talk about before I get going, just a little bit. If you're here, please say hello, whether watching the live or the rewatch. So it was low attendance on Friday. In fact, if it wasn't for my family, there really wouldn't have been anybody there. Okay. And I'm not hurt. Well, I'm upset that some people didn't make it, but that doesn't matter. Life is life, and la da da. This is what's bothering me. Everybody keeps telling me it starts out slow. It's this. And I fucking know that. I don't need to be reminded. I don't need to be reminded of that. What I need is solutions. I need solutions. I already know the problem. Says Facebook user. I'm not sure who it is, but welcome back. Congratulations. 1/8/24. I suck at math. So that's 10/14. You have 2 weeks today. Good job. Good job, Facebook user. If you want to put your name in, you can. If not, you don't have to. All right. We'll celebrate it anyway. Welcome back. This is a good topic then. This is a very good topic for anybody just coming back, because I'm finding that we are not keeping this program simple, man. We 12 stepped somebody yesterday, and man, talk about confusion galore. This program's extremely simple. It is very straightforward. Are there nuances? Are there things to mess around with and play with? Sure, there are. We have to have that in our lives. But for the most part, we've got to keep things simple. Okay? We all start out the same way. If you have decided to quit drinking and if you have been drinking a lot, get your ass to detox. You are stuck in an old life. Hi, Ingrid. Yeah. I think what I do just confuses people. But that's okay. That's okay. I believe we're reading out of the 12 by 12 today. No, Alcoholics Anonymous comes of age 214. I didn't notice that, but it so happens I have that book. Thank you, Jill. I haven't seen Jill in a long time. I wonder what she's up to. Page 214. Hey, we get to read out of a different book. That's cool. Means we get to find out more stuff. And it's kind of a sad story, too. This would be the last time that Dr. Bob and Bill would speak. Okay. Could you imagine being attached to another person for 25, 30 years on this spiritual journey? Could you imagine the relation, how tight their relationship was? I'm just, okay, sorry, I got a little lost. Okay, we're supposed to be on 214. Okay. I'm going to start at the top of page 214 for anybody that would like to follow along. I remember suggesting that if he and I did not act on this matter but continued our silence, we would still be taking action. If we both passed off the scene without making any move, everybody would suppose that the present state of affairs met with our full approval. If thereafter the headquarters should collapse for lack of conference linkage, the AAs could rightfully say, why didn't Dr. Bob and Bill tell us? Why didn't they give us a chance to look after our own business and policy? I ventured the idea that we ought to call the conference anyhow, even if it was a failure at first. The movement's delegates could come down to New York and see what AA's world affairs were really like. They could then decide whether they could take responsibility or whether they would not. That would make it a movement decision rather than one taken in silence by Dr. Bob and me. What decisions? I wouldn't have wanted to make these. Would you? Thousands of people depending on what you say. Talk about needing humility in your life. Okay? I mean, these people were asked to do other things, and they turned them down. They could have, Dr. Bob and Bill could have gone on to make a lot of money, but they chose not to. Okay? They chose to stay broke. Bill died broke. Dr. Bob died broke. Dr. Bob, for the last 20 years of his life, I think it was actually more than that, but I didn't want to overdo it, gave his services away for free. He was a doctor. Could you imagine the benefit of your sponsor being a doctor who understood alcoholism? Why? How do you think we got all this? Right? There's no point in going and changing any of this. My question is, who's going to rewrite it? See, God picked the last people. I don't know how we would even go about that. All right. He continued to reflect, and I waited. Finally, he looked up and said, Bill, it has to be AA's decision, not ours. Let's call the conference. It's fine with me. Yeah. What are they doing? They're giving up control. They're giving up power because they understand that they can't hold on to it. That the only way it's going to flourish is by letting it go. and trusting the members that continue to follow us to continue to do the same thing, to learn from their mistakes so that we don't repeat them. So that way we can bring more people into AA. I'm going to tell you something, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. A few hours later, I took my leave of Dr. Bob, knowing that the following week he was to undergo a very serious operation. Neither of us dared to say what was in our hearts. We both knew that this might well be the last decision that we would ever make together. I went down the steps and turned to look back. Bob stood in the doorway, tall and upright as ever. Some color had come back into his cheeks, and he was carefully dressed in a light gray suit. This was my partner, the man whom with I had never had a hard word. I'm going to cry, man. The wonderful old broad smile was on his face as he said almost jokingly, "Remember, Bill, let's not louse this thing up. Let's keep it simple." I turned away, unable to say a word. That was the last time I ever saw him. Ouch, man. It's just fucking beautiful. Those two are the epitome of what a male relationship should look like. After years of sobriety, I occasionally ask myself, can it be this simple? It really is. Okay? And we talk in plain terms here. See, what we did is we took out the these and the thous. That's what we did. Or that's what they did. Right? Then at meetings, I see former cynics and skeptics who have walked the AA path out of hell by packing their lives without alcohol into 24-hour segments. That is the first step. A day at a time is the first step into living a simple life. Right? Today, changes are going to be made because I got an email. Weird. That's right, it's going to change. The Tuesday needs to go back to the 5:30 Big Book study because we are now listed on the International Everything AA. It happened today. So starting tomorrow, we are going back to it's going to be in person, but the Big Book study is going to be from 5:30 to 7 o'clock. And Amber's really going to like this. And I'm moving the 7 o'clock meetings to 7:30. All right. Then at meetings, during which they practice a few principles to the best of their individual abilities. And then I know, again, that while it isn't always easy, if I keep it simple, it works. Simple does not equal easy. Simple means we understand it better. Simple does not mean easy. It's just that we alcoholics need clear-cut. We need clear-cut instructions, right? The Big Book study is held in person. It's a hybrid meeting, actually. It is going to be held. Tomorrow at 5:30. If you want to go in person, it is at 12001. If you could tell me who you are, I will send you messages with this stuff. But I don't know who you are yet. Still says Facebook user. I can go find out pretty quick. Not as quick as I thought. So keeping it simple. What am I going to do today to keep things simple? Because There's a lot of different things on my mind, but the number one thing on my mind is this. I understand that helping one person is what counts. Okay. And when people tell me things like, Dion, you just have to help that one person, it isn't that I don't agree. It's that I don't agree. One person is not enough for me. Okay. Did Friday go well? No. No. Did I learn? Yes. Did it go well? No. I want to say yes. Did it go how it was supposed to? Yes, it did. Okay. We got two, three more people that are going to join the club, and that's good stuff. I don't want to demean that. What I'm saying is people will write me because they're trying to appease me. And I don't need my feelings saved. I need solutions. Okay. I need solutions. Hey, Dion, Friday was as good as we could have expected. Let's try this. That's what I need. See, I'm finding people tend to think I know everything. I don't. I know very little. Right? I'm learning like you are. Right? When it comes to a recovery, do I know a lot? Oh, yeah. I know a lot. Why? Because I've kept it simple. See, sometimes we want to complicate it because then it makes it seem a little bit more arduous. But in that case, what we are doing, yeah, and there it is, Amber. Thank you for, and that's, you know what, that's a really good example. Okay. So I was a salesman for a long time. I still am. What do you think I'm doing here? I'm selling you something. I'm selling you an ideal. Okay. I'm charismatic. I know that. I've got a voice. I know this stuff. I speak well. I know. But that doesn't mean that I know everything. Do I know more about recovery than you? Probably. Does it matter? No. Because if I'm not using it in action, it's just a thought. Right? So when I was a salesperson, right, if this would happen, what I would do is go back and I'd ask myself, why? What did I put in my pitch that made people decide that that wasn't a priority? You know, and I'm talking plainly. I'm talking generally. So please don't take it personally or anything like that, because I'm not upset with anybody. Shut up. Cats, they've been fighting all morning. And my therapist was like, I heard that. Right. So I'm thinking about finding a promoter. I can't promote myself. I've been trying the attraction rather than promotion. Okay. Trudging Together is a business. It is a business. And do I do things to help people out? Yes, I do. But does everybody do everything in unconditional love? Because people think that that's how they treat me. If I help you out professionally, I expect you to help back. I really do. That is not unconditional love. That is a friendship, or it is supposed to be tit for tat, man. You know, I had one person, I helped her get into the job that she's in because I knew she'd be great at. I supported her. I even helped them start meetings at detoxes and stuff, but they can't give me 2 minutes of their time to show up. That's what I'm talking about. If you treat me like that, then you get, here it is. I got two of them. And I mean that in the kindest way. Then fine. Right? But no, I can't keep doing the helping one person. I mean, I'm going to continue doing that, but I need to be helping groups of people at a time, or it is, no, it's not. I was going to say a waste of my time, but it's not. See, these are hard decisions. And sometimes I need other people to help me with them, you know. And I'm not saying they don't. I can reach out. But gosh, it'd be nice if somebody reached out and said, "Hey, Dion, I see what you're doing over there. If we did this, it would really help you." That's what I'd like. I'd like to get some of that. Instead, what I get is appeasement. And I don't want appeasement. I can handle my own feelings. I don't need other people to help me with that. See, I go to therapy. I go to meetings. I have 5 accountability buddies. I keep my ass in line. I stay in my lane. And when I get out of my lane, somebody like Amber or Ingrid or one of my friends will come along and say, "This is not the Dion I know. This isn't the Dion I know." Right? And what am I usually doing? Well, I'm usually not keeping it simple if I'm in that place. Right? All right. I did everything I could to make it 20 minutes. So actually, I didn't. I was just yakking, but my brain has got too much in it right now. And I want to go to a meeting, but I don't know. I'll go to a meeting today. All right. Thank you everybody for being here. Let me bitch a little. I did kind of bitch a little bit, but we have to use it as an example as to why we keep things simple in our lives. It's so that doesn't help me, Amber. Why would I want to go to a meeting where the person chairing doesn't even like me? Why would I do that? And I'm not going to do it. I didn't do anything, so I'm not going to try and mend the relationship either. Because there never was one. Okay, I'll go. I'll go. And I'll keep an open mind. Okay. But don't be surprised if I come back here at 1:15 and bitch. All right, I'll go and support her. I can do that. But I'm doing it because you're asking me, in a way. All right, I love you. I'll see some of you in a little bit. Peace out and have a day.